As a business analyst, I never ignore the data, never. But that's because when you think about elicitation techniques, document reviews, observations, surveys, these are all data, right? There could be quantitative data involved in there, but it's still data, which is why you shouldn't ignore the data as a business analyst. I mean, I don't. I've been working with an e-commerce store. It's a clothing brand for women. And just looking at that data has said so much. I'm going to show you what I've done with it. And I've used Excel for this particular analysis. I was using Power BI, but then I realized, you know what? I can do this on Excel. So I switched and went to Excel and did it on Excel instead. And it's really interesting because there's just a lot that I found worked just by looking at the data. I mean, I didn't even have to do so much. Just just by looking at the data, I found out that there was a lot that I could glean. And so I put together a dashboard for my stakeholders because there's some decisions that we need to take. So if you look at this dashboard, now all of this data was mostly from qualitative sources, which I converted, and I was able to get some figures into it. It's a rating, right? And when you think about rating, I'm either rating a yes or a no. I'm either rating a one or a two, a recommend or a don't recommend, right? And then, of course, we have the age group of our raters. I made some assumptions when I was working. So one of my assumptions really is that every rating is tied to a scale. Because think about it. If you think about consumer behavior, I don't rate a product I haven't used or purchased, right? So fair assumption, I would say yes. So yes. Anyway, so take a look at this dashboard. Created a little legend here because I had to categorize. There were just ages from 18 all the way to 99 or something. So of course I had to create a legend, categorized it, created a different column using Excel. Yeah. And that was great. So I used my ifs in case you're wondering, formula, and that helped. Did that categorization, and I came up with this six insights, D1 to D6. Have a little analysis there. Again, just to support each group here, which I thought was brilliant. We can clearly see, and I'm just going to pick up my pen. We can clearly see from this analysis that the most active age group are between the middle age and the seniors, which is the categorization that I've done here, right? So age groups 2, 3, and 4 are the most active. Now I'm using two screens. So if I'm looking away from the camera, it's because I'm looking at my big screen, my screen right here. Okay, and we would also notice that in terms of the ratings, uh, most people rated it a 5. Most people are happy, right? They're happy with the ratings. So I just noticed that my figures stuff's moved there, so I need to move it back. Anyway, I'll sort that out. Yeah, so most people rated it really highly. And if you look at it as well, those who use the ratings are also looking really at the higher scores. So the scores between 4 and 5 really is what most people are looking at. And what that says is before I buy a product, and to be honest, that's what I do. Before I buy a product, I go and look at the rating. I typically will pick the 4 and 5, which are the two top highest. I might look at one, not really, because I've made up my mind that I want to buy that product. The question now is, do I buy this brand or do I buy another brand? And that just, this data speaks to that. So it means you want more people recommending your brand and sticking with it, right? No returns because it works. Now, again, if you come and look at the product, of course, this was based on my assumption, we would find that, again, the top selling products are our tops, our dresses, and the bottoms. But if you look at the top selling products, you again look at this beautiful age group, right? They again are the ones buying the most. So it means that you really you need to ensure that they're giving you mostly a 4 and a 5. And if you look at the lower rating, so let's come here and let me drop that pen. Let's look at the ratings for Something I did recommend though was the young adults. I believe that in any, demographically speaking, maybe not any, in most environments, especially when you look at the UK, we do have a huge population between 18 and 25. We have international students. We have, yeah, we do have those, that immigrant community, which we shouldn't just let go to some other brand because we're not keeping them based on maybe our style, um, choice of fabrics, colors. So that's something that we need to dig a little into, just by looking at this data. Yeah. Tell me what you think. Would you ever imagine that from mostly qualitative data, you can derive such insights? Yeah. So don't let your data go. As a business analyst, don't say, you know what, I don't understand it. No, learn how to use the data, learn um, learn the tools. I mean, I don't love Postgres SQL, but I use it if I have to. I do rely a lot on AI to give me my prompts. But then once I get that analysis out, get my CSV files, I can easily upload that into Excel, an Excel file, or use it on my Power BI desktop and just do my analysis. So don't, as a business analyst, focus on just your requirements elicitation, your stakeholder engagement. This, as I've just shown you, is part of stakeholder engagement. Yeah, don't just focus on the core business analysis skill set. I would say move out a little vertically into data, because understanding how to use that data is good. It's good for everyone. It's good for you. It's good for me. It's good for the business. Yeah.